Essential oils for panic attacks can be life-changing. I know this firsthand as I used to suffer from debilitating panic attacks. They were sudden, intense, and paralyzing, and they would often hit in public places like the supermarket. One minute I'd be waiting in line to pay for my groceries, and the next I would feel paralyzed by fear. My heart would be ready to explode out of my chest. I can't tell you how many times I just had to flee. I literally left my cart with all my carefully selected nutrient-dense whole food options by the door in hopes that the panic attack would pass. It rarely did. I'd sit in the car and attempt to kind of calm myself back down, but I would often just drive home in defeat. It turns out I'm not alone. Approximately 6 million Americans suffer from panic attacks, and women are twice as likely to develop them as men. I'm Jody Cohen, and I've helped over 20,000 people find natural remedies, and I'm going to share with you today some natural remedies that helped me heal my panic attacks. Some common symptoms of a panic attack include a racing heart, a sense of terror, kind of impeding doom or danger, difficulty breathing, that weird detached feeling like maybe you're going crazy or losing your mind. You might shake or tremble or feel weak, faint, dizzy. You can even feel tingling or numbness in the hands and fingers, or feel sweating or hot flashes. You can even feel chest pains, nausea, or a headache. And when I started to look into what causes panic attacks, it was really interesting to me because I realized that if you could address the underlying issue, you could probably help support the healing. So genetics obviously play a factor, as does your tolerance to stress, including physical, environmental, and external stressors like jobs, relationships, finances. If you had a traumatic event like a death or divorce or some kind of physical or sexual abuse or car accident, that can trigger them. It's mostly changes in the way the brain functions, like a tendency to fall into that fight or flight sympathetic state, which can activate certain parts of the brain. Also, microbe imbalances in the gut can impact our neurotransmitters like serotonin and GABA that can kind of impact our mood and anxiety. So brain function was really interesting to me. Anxiety and panic attacks can be triggered by overactivity and dominance of the right hemisphere of the brain, and a collection of brain cells at the base of your brain known as the basal ganglia. So one of my friends and colleagues, Dr. Titus Chu, explains that the basal ganglia act like the red light and the green light of your nervous system. So if there's too much red light, you may experience a slowing of thoughts. If there is too much green light, you might experience heightened emotions, as is often the case with anxiety and panic attacks. So similarly, the overactivity of the right frontal lobe of the brain versus the left contributes to panic attacks and anxiety. The right brain processes the emotional aspects of our experience, so it gives us empathy and compassion. But when it's in overdrive, the right brain can contribute to anxiety and panic attacks. And overactivation of our kind of fight or flight sympathetic system can also contribute to this trait that we call sympathetic dominance, which is when you're in that stressor state more often than you should be. And stress hormones flood the system, and you might experience that as anxiety or a panic attack. Now, the cool thing is that essential oils are really well suited to help balance the brain and calm panic attacks. And it's due in part of the ability of oils to be assimilated through the olfactory system and the transdermal channels, so topically applying it. So as you may know, the olfactory channel is the most direct pathway into the brain. And research shows that inhaling essential oils can help calm nerves and ease the anxiety that kind of triggers the panic attacks. Inhaling oils can also stimulate the brain to release certain neurotransmitters, chemical messengers like serotonin and dopamine, to help regulate the mood and manage anxiety. There's some interesting research that lavender has been shown to create a balance between the right and the left hemisphere of the brain, which can then lead to feelings of calm when you're having a panic attack. So inhaling an oil through the left nostril helps to stimulate the left frontal lobe and balance any overactivity of the right lobes. You can also topically apply essential oils, like put a little dab on your left forehead, and it can get into your system in 5 minutes. Topically applying oils may actually be a really effective way of getting oils into your system if you have panic or anxiety disorders. So my 5 favorite blends, I kicked my panic attacks with the following 5 oils. The adrenal blend. So this was kind of my lifeline during panic attacks. Literally, I would carry it in my purse and smell it through my left nostril during moments of panic. People probably thought I was a drug addict. I'd sit there in the supermarket, but it let me stay in line and buy the groceries and return home. And I even sold a couple bottles in line because people were like, "What are you doing?" And I would tell them, and they're like, "Oh, I could use that too. That would be really helpful for me." You can also apply it over the adrenal glands, which are on the low back. The other oil that I don't leave home without is our parasympathetic blend. So you apply it right behind the earlobe on the mastoid bone, and the more you activate the parasympathetic system, the less you drop into that place of anxiety. It kind of makes you feel grounded and calm and safe. So I love that about the blend. Also, our Calm blend. This is a really gentle blend, and it helps to calm anxiety and reduce panic, especially with kids. It's formulated with a bunch of calming oils that are kind of known to calm anxiety, like tangerine, orange, blue tansy, ylang-ylang, and patchouli. And you can, again, smell it through the left nostril or apply it over the heart. And it can help to calm a racing heartbeat and feelings of overwhelm. You can put it on the bottom of the feet with kids. Lavender is known for its anti-anxiety effects. And it's really a great oil for general overall calm. It can balance the nervous system and remember each side of the brain and help alleviate panic attacks. There's a lot of research that backs up lavender's effectiveness for reducing stress and promoting calm. And I found this great study where they said that lavender can help decrease anxiety and stress, including anxiety prior to medical treatments or surgery. That's got to be anxious. And lavender can also improve your mood and help reduce anxiety and levels of the stress hormone cortisol. And finally, rose oil, which is another great, really calming oil that you can smell through the left nostril, apply over your heart or along the pulse points, like on the wrists or behind the ears. It's great if you add it to an Epsom salt bath, which helps to activate the parasympathetic nervous system and calm you down. Hi, I'm Jody Cohen, founder of Vibrant Blue Oils. Thank you so much for watching this YouTube video. Please don't forget to subscribe by clicking the circle at the bottom of this screen. And if you want to access more free essential oil trainings, just visit vibrantblueoils.com/YouTube. You can find this link in the video description. Thank you again.